very own David Aldridge. So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. They've got Horford, George Hill out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then it's Mike Muscala, and it's Robertson in at the small forward. And for Los Angeles, Marcus Morris is out there with Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the shooting guard. Doris, there is nothing like opening night in the NBA. Every fan base just teeming with optimism for the upcoming season.
I think all of us are just so thrilled to have NBA basketball back. There's no losses in the losing column. Everybody's happy. Let's tip it off and go.
And guys have that little step, and these first weeks of the season are always exciting.
Oh, no doubt. Everybody's bursting with enthusiasm. Players are fresh.
Now here's Leonard. That one drops for him. Leonard's got the scoreboard going with his first points of the night for the Clippers. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. The pass to Muscala. It's Hill on the wing. Clock at 6. Over Beverley. Hill, no good.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
It's a chance now to catch up with the fourth member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin Doc Rivers gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Facing one of the league's best pivot men in Al Horford. Coach said it's hard to find a weakness. You think all-around players, he's right up there. And Kevin, he singled out Horford's great IQ as something they'll have to reckon with.
Thanks so much, David. Leonard with the steal, and now the Clippers on the break. All going up court. Here's Morris up and in from the low block.
Yeah, see, Marcus Morris has the physicality and the frame to be able to be a force on the offensive glass. That's nicely done.
Little over a minute 30 into this first quarter. Horford, no luck. The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. In the corner, George with it. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. It's been a slow start here for Oklahoma City. Searching for their first points of the game.
And his defense, so valuable. Not many can bother that shot at the rim.
Boy, you see the effort. You see the range. This guy prides himself in his ability to shut you down.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Shoots over Leonard. And it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Well, conversions have been a problem. 0 for 4.
George. On the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Now, here's Horford. Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Oklahoma City moving it around. Pass to Muscala. Shoots over Zubac. The Thunder with another miss.
Yeah, slow start right now. 5 straight misses to get this one going.
And here's George. He had 15 points last outing. Zubac finds Beverley. 13 feet away. Unable to get that one. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for Oklahoma City. To stop the drought. Hill, no good. Los Angeles leading by 6. Passes to Zubac. George against Hill. Now here's Beverley. Not a lot of room. Outside, George. Offline with his 3. Thunder trailing by 6. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. Beverley against Hill. From deep. It's rebounded by Leonard.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track.
Pass to Beverley. teardrop shot, and it's good on the way.
And for Beverly, showing a little in-between game there.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
And looking to stop this run and get back on track.
Really needs to settle his guys down right now and get them refocused.
Chance to check out stats for Al Horford. He had a strong showing last season. Averaged about 13 points a game last season. 6 rebounds and 4 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Now, here is Muscala. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Over Morris. Horford, good.
Well, you think about the evolution of Al Horford's game. Who would have thought he'd become such a knockdown jump shooter? Well, the Thunder begin on the defensive end of the floor. This is a team whose formula is to force a ton of turnovers, come up with steals, get out in transition. Last year, 4th in the league in defensive rating.
Good.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Beverly against Hill. Now the pass to Muscala. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. Over George. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got 4 rebounds now tonight. And for the Thunder defense, Doris, it starts with their rebounder.
Well, you have to begin with their strong interior defense. That lets their wings get out and pressure and take some chances. Defense has turned into a pillar for this team.
Now Hill following the miss by Marcus Morris from deep. To the inside. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
Kevin, I've always appreciated the unselfish nature of George Hill. He always has his eyes surveying the floor.
Here's Leonard. Zubac, the pass to Leonard. He can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Horford.
I'll tell you, it has not been this guy's best night, but the teammates have been there to pick up the slack. Love it. Well, that possession to me highlights the importance of creating for your teammates.
Now here's Beverly. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Golden State. George looking around. Back to Morris. A shot off that time. So the Thunder will take it the other way. Hill inside. Defended by George. Robertson the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway.
You know, he made an easy shot so much harder, and it really cost him the bucket, guys.
And that one, good. Morris has got his second basket.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. The rebound by Paul George.
Boy, it's been a struggle in this quarter, and the team needs more from him. There's no doubt.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
He is trying to shoot his way out of it, and it might be better for him to pass the basketball at this point.
Now, here's Robertson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Deep 2 from Hill. Jump shot is good. Leonard with the ball. That's his third bucket. He's missed 5 so far.
But Kawhi Leonard from the restricted area. Turn the lights out.
Hill passes to Horford. Now here's Robertson. Just 5 on the clock. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. The 3 from George. It's rebounded by Robertson.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
Now, here's Robertson. He's looking for Horford and finds him. Good work defensively by Morris.
Well, that's a case where a guy's trying to make a play, trying to take it up strong, but the defense was ready.
Beverly, the pass to Zubac. Scored the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Hill kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
And they come out with a take no prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. Trailing here by 8. Robertson the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Pass to Muscala. And Hill has it in the corner. Launches a 3. It's hauled in by Beverly.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And it's out of bounds to the Clippers as the Clippers retain possession. Here's the list of players who had the most steals in the NBA last season. Paul George on top.
There were so many nights when he controlled the game through his defense. Not a surprise to see him ranked at the top.
Morris outside. Pass to Leonard. Now here's Zubac. Shot clock at 6. Clippers moving the ball around.
This is a quarter he'd rather forget. This guy just can't seem to get the lid off of that bucket.
And hard to believe that gruesome injury Paul George suffered, what was it, 5 years ago. Wow.
It's incredible, Kevin, to think for a player to come back from what we expected to be a devastating injury. This is an incredible story for Paul George. He took the time he needed, and consider last year, for much of the season, he was very much involved in that MVP conversation.
Well, George Hill, the veteran guard, doesn't produce at the volume he once did. Still, he brings a lot of value to a team.
And the Clippers making a change here. Williams has checked in. And for Hill, Greg, he's a great veteran leader who brings value to a playoff-bound team.
You know, Hill has a game that is effective even when he's not scoring. His leadership and defense will make him a welcome addition to any roster, even as his numbers fade.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Thunder trailing by 7. There's 53 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Muscala kicks to Hill. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Just 4 to shoot. Over Morris. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
Oklahoma City's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Horford. And a great assist by Gilgeous-Alexander as that one goes in. Horford's got his second bucket tonight. Now George. No points in the game yet for him. From deep three-point range, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Back right after this. Al Horford was born in the Dominican Republic, and he talked about why he gravitated towards basketball instead of baseball.
Coming from a place where, baseball is what's driven to us every time. I mean, I started playing baseball. I didn't play basketball. I started playing baseball, and, just watching my dad play basketball, I just fell in love with the game. But people were still telling me, they're like, nobody makes it out of here, usually out of basketball. I mean, your dad was a very rare case, and, I just believed in it.
Wanted to follow in his father's footsteps.
And what a career. College championships at Florida, an all-star in the NBA. I think he made the right choice.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Clippers?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, as the second quarter gets going. So for Oklahoma City right now, Bradley is out there with Gilgeous-Alexander. Then there's Horford. Then it's Mike Muscala, and it's Nader in at the 3. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, we know about Lou Williams' story. The 3-time Sixth Man of the Year may be undersized, but he keeps finding angles to score. Williams said, "I can't shoot straight up. I've always played crooked. It's weird, but it's something I've developed, fading away from guys. I have bigger defenders on me, and it's just about creating space." Kevin, even well into his 30s, Lou Will still does it as well as anybody.
I would totally agree, David. He is always deadly. Thank you. Of course, you've seen a lot of these big men come and go in this league. Who would you say right now is the most complete big man in the NBA?
Well, two guys come to my mind immediately, and that's Joel Embiid, who I think probably could be more efficient with his three-point shooting, but is still enough of a threat that you have to guard him out there. They enter the ball through him in the post, and he can be a dominant scorer. He can also put it on the deck. And then Anthony Davis, who you could say all of those attributes that Joel Embiid has, the Brow has as well. Those are two of the most complete, dominant, two-way big men in today's game. Well, the touch and the focus, what a pretty move in the lane.
So the Thunder, their last game, a loss to Utah. Bounce pass from Williams. Leonard against Horford. Leonard kicks to George. Converts on the jumper for the easy 2. George has got the lead up to 8 now for Los Angeles. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Tight defense on him. It's his first trip to the line.
How about up over the 80% mark from the line last year? So he's happy and also consistent there with those numbers.
First one falls for him. A superstar summer, Greg, for the Los Angeles Clippers in Kawhi Leonard and in Paul George. Greg, they have 2 elite wings, great defenders in their prime.
Give them credit, but also Kawhi Leonard pushing the levers behind the scenes. He wanted another superstar to join him in recruiting Paul George, who still had 2 years left on his deal in OKC. Kawhi took unprecedented control of his free agent destiny.
Williams passes to Zubac. And the pass to Kennard. Floats one up. Another shot, and he sinks the layup. Kennard's got 5 points so far.
And they continue to control the glass.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Muscala. Kicks it to Bradley. And the rejection by Leonard.
A tremendous intimidation and shot blocking by Kawhi Leonard. How nice is that?
Outside Williams. Leonard, no luck.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Terrence Ferguson's checked in for Oklahoma City. Bradley against Williams. Pass to Leonard. Over Horford. They get it back. Zubac. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up. And there's the call. Oklahoma City with the foul. The Clippers shooting their second and third shots at the line right here.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. You know, Greg, for the Thunder fans, hard to see their star power dwindle, but they got a lot in return.
Yeah, but the Thunder were capped out. They hadn't made it past the first round in 3 years. And in exchange for Paul George, they got one of the richest trade packages in league history.
And he sinks the second. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. Here's Ferguson. Passes it to Horford. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And we come back to it again and again. If you're just looking at points and rebounds, you really miss Al Horford's impact. It goes way deeper than the box score.
The Thunder have gone 3 for 3 at the line tonight.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
He's off on the first. And some detractors have looked at Horford's stats, and Greg, they said he's not an all-star. Even Sports Talk Radio calling him average Al.
Nonsense. I mean, still a great defender, efficient scorer, elite passer as well for a big man. Then you get to his leadership. Big Al is the total package.
No good at the stripe this time. The second misses also.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going. Attacking in transition, the most consistent way to generate easy looks.
The very definition of quality transition offense. If it can end at the cup, it's exactly where you want it.
Now, here's Bradley. A 24-point outing in their last game against Utah. 6 on the shot clock. From 13 feet, it goes down. Bradley's got 4 points in the quarter.
Yeah, Bradley has developed this nice mid-range stroke, and you've got to guard him better than the defense did there.
Here's George. It's tipped. Here's Nader. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's going to be on Avery Bradley.
An extraordinary improvement over the course of his career by Kawhi Leonard. He has now turned himself into one of the game's best, if not the best, two-way player.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one drops. Of course, you can't help but notice that teams are shooting earlier in the shot clock. One theory being the faster you shoot, the more possessions you get.
Well,
and the numbers would speak to that.
No doubt, Kevin. And the reality is, for announcers and for fans, that breakneck pace makes it more exciting for us. One NBA coach told me this past year that your field goal percentage in the first 10 seconds of the shot clock gives you your best opportunity to make it. And the longer that shot clock goes on, the more your field goal percentage dips. So, hey, good for us, good for the fans, good for the teams.
And that's because the defense has a chance to settle, correct?
Exactly right.
Now, here's Bradley. Out left to the wing. Ferguson for three. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 5th rebound right now in the game.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
2 shots. Foul. 2.
Greg, I'm just so impressed with the level of finesse and craftiness that Lou Williams always plays with.
And Kevin, you don't stay a perennial 6th Man of the Year candidate at Williams' age without having more than a few tricks up your sleeve. He's so good in tight spaces and can find a way to get a shot up where others just have to kick it out.
And the first one at the line is good.
And they're really getting more points at the free throw line here in the second quarter.
And both free throws good for Williams. Doris, basketball continues to gain in popularity around the world, doesn't it? It's amazing to me.
It does. Adam Silver, the commissioner, has said, I believe we can be the #1 spot in the world. Obviously, they'd have to overcome the soccer, and that's popularity. But think about this, Kevin, how inclusive a game basketball is. And the love spans across gender, race, ethnicity, religious affiliation. And the best part about the game of basketball is this, Kevin. When you're growing up and trying to get better, you need a ball, you need a hoop, and you need you, and you don't need anything else.
That is so well said. Bradley with the ball. George picks him up. Bradley passes to Ferguson. Shot clock at 5. Here's Nader. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Lou Williams. Oklahoma City shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time. Clippers leading by 13. From 14. Here's Zubats. Makes it off the glass. Zubats has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Here's Nader. Muscala. The pass to Horford. Tipped away. Leonard with the steal. And here comes Leonard leading the fast break. Pulls up. Misses off the left iron. Thunder trailing by 15. Ferguson, the pass to Bradley. Knocks it loose. Taken away by Williams. Pass to Zubats. To the middle. Here's Leonard. And he banks in the layup. Leonard's got 14 points for the game.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Horford the pass to Nader. Bradley deciding where to go with it. 6 to shoot. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Williams with the block. George with no one around. Offensive rebound.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
Now here's Bradley. And there's the pass to Nader. Here's Horford. Shoots over Leonard. No good off the back of the rim. In the corner, George with it. Sinks the three-pointer. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
I'll tell you, his ability to stretch the floor is crucial to this team. Pretty play.
Ferguson kicks to Horford. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Shot to stop the run. Muscala gets the bucket. Muscala's got his first bucket of the night. And it's Williams with the ball for the Los Angeles Clippers. Feeds it to Leonard. And finished off by Leonard.
Well, almost effortless there from Kawhi Leonard. The reach and leaping ability. Look out.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over.
Yeah, he needs to tell his guys to just box out with some energy. That's basic basketball. They've been lazy on the backboard and have allowed way too many second chance points.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Patterson's checked in. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for the Thunder. Bradley dishes to Robertson. It's Bradley on the wing. He's guarded by Williams. And here's Robertson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Shot clock at 2. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
And when you are as good a shooter as he is, you have the confidence. You have to have the confidence to take that shot. It might not always fall.
And for most guys, I think you only want to take that shot if you've hit a few in a row. That is absolutely a heat check.
And he's known as the Claw, Kawhi Leonard doors, with some of the biggest hands in the NBA.
Well, consider, Kevin, that hand is over 11 inches from thumb to pinky. That's 52% wider than the normal hand. Basically, his hands correspond to a person who would be almost 9 feet tall. Incredible.
Free throw drops for Leonard. Doris, such an honor to be on this with you, and you were the first female to become a full-time NBA analyst. Breaking new ground. You've accomplished so much in your life, personally, professionally. What would you tell young women who are graduating college, looking to get ahead in their career in what you've chosen?
Well, first and foremost, I've been very lucky, Kevin. The game of basketball has been a part of my life since I was 7. It's been a driving force. I love it. I would just tell young women, times are changing. Dream big. There's nothing that's impossible. And I'm so thankful to the NBA players and coaches who have just wrapped their arms around me from the time I entered this business. So kudos to those players who are part of the change, no question.
And hard work. I have seen you work. I have seen you prepare. No one prepares more. No one works harder than you.
Thanks, Kev.
Well, after a less than stellar start in the first quarter, you like to see that shot go down.
Robertson with it. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And here's Bradley from 3. Good on the three-point shot.
Well, I love how self-assured Avery Bradley has become. On the catch and shoot, there's no hesitation.
Pass to Leonard. The shot's good on the assist by George. Leonard's got 22.
Coming off a big game, his confidence couldn't be higher, and coach knows it.
Well, the best players to me deliver night after night after night. So as long as he's hot, keep riding it.
Here's Ferguson. Back to Muscala. Outside Bradley. That's tipped and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession. And a quick look at how the Oklahoma City Thunder's schedule is shaping up. On Friday, They'll take on Karl Anthony Towns and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Then on Sunday, they'll go up against Bradley Beal and the Washington Wizards.
And you know, nobody loves playing on the road, but it does offer a good chance to see exactly what your team is made of. This team is going to find out a lot about itself over the next stretch of games.
Morris is checked in for the Clippers.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Passes it to Robertson. There's the dish to Horford. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. George picks him up. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Here's George. The Thunder pull it in. Robertson's got his 4th rebound in this one. Here's Bradley. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. Leonard's got 6 rebounds here tonight. George missing again. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Thunder. And it's Paul George with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Reggie Jackson's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. And a switcher also for Oklahoma City. George Hill's checked in for Avery Bradley. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 52 seconds left in the first half of the game. Good work defensively by Morris. The Clippers shooting reasonably well, 45%. Basket good. 6 points for Williams.
Outstanding pass, on time and on target.
And for the Thunder, they're shooting just 28%. They are offensively out of whack and out of step with each other at this point. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Muscala, the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. 4 on the shot clock. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Now, here's George. Defended by Robertson. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up. For Los Angeles, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9.
One shot.
To think that at one point, after that horrific leg injury, Paul George, there was some doubt whether he could regain the level of play we're accustomed to. But this guy gets better and better.
Now, Robertson shoots over Patterson, and that one released in time, but no good. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers out there all by themselves with a 32-point lead to end the quarter. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thanks so much. Kawhi, you seem to be so at ease out there. How much is that helping your game?
It's helping me out a lot. Just coming in the game relaxed, just with more intensity. I mean, my teammates start getting me involved on the offensive end. I'm playing great on defense. We just got to keep it up second half and not let it up.
Hey, Kawhi, thank you very much for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. Kawhi Leonard is having one of those nights. He ended up with 22 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 block. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
What you like about Kawhi Leonard, efficient in everything he does. Rarely does he take an extra dribble, doesn't take bad shots, and he passes in the right position to make the play.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Their field goal percentage reminds me of Kenny's breath. Brutal. Not reading the defense, not getting enough quality looks, they need to make major changes because the system they ran in the first half was not working.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
He had a fast pass to the lane that first half, got inside on demand.
Now, this guy is such a good finisher on the move, and so far the defense has not been able to counter it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. We've got Patrick Beverley. Morris is out there with Ivica Zubac. Then it's Paul George, and it's Leonard in at the small forward position. That's the five to begin the second half for Doc Rivers. Now, here's Robertson. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Fires for three. He's off on that one, and the Clippers will go the other way with it. And it's Leonard missing.
And you know, you can't impact a shot that close any better than he did on that possession.
Boy, whether he blocks it or simply alters it, the result is pretty much the same.
Now, here's Robertson. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Sweet little floater. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the first field goal of the second half for the Thunder.
Well, that's a nice play. You've got to read the situation and go to your floater game when necessary.
Leonard against Hill. Here's George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 3 assists tonight.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Hill. And here is Muscala. Horford up top. Over Morris. And that one goes long.
I'll tell you, this has not been his game, and he's making it worse with shot selection like that.
Leonard up and in on the layup. Leonard's got 24 points.
How about the focus and locked-in nature of Kawhi Leonard? My goodness.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now, here is Hill. He's got 7. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Muscala. Traps in the tray. Muscala's got 5 now.
Well, more and more you see big men working on the outside shot, and this guy has one of the better ones in the league.
Leonard kicks to George. Back to Leonard. Over Hill. And it's Leonard missing. The Thunder have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Hill dishes to Robertson. The pass to Horford. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
I'll tell you, for all the intangibles that Al Horford brings to the table every night, the leadership, there is such a humble, authentic, unselfish nature that I think sets the tone for the whole team.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the veteran leader, Al Horford, a calm, quiet locker room presence, Doris, but his words carry a lot of weight.
No doubt, Kevin. Why? Because he's always team first, because he plays the game the right way, and this helps create a culture of winning. It's why Al Horford is so coveted.
So Horford gets 2.
Well, Al Horford, one of the most respected veterans in this league. Why? Well, he's unselfish, and it's always about team first.
Now, here's Beverley. Pass to George. Leonard looking over the floor. In the corner, it's Morris. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Misses the baby hook.
And the activity he shows around the rim is why he is such a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling.
Here's Hill, following the basket by Marcus Morris. Hill with it. Guarded now by Morris. Hill passes to Horford, poked away, and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
All right, a moment to see the stats for Beverly. Some last season stats for him. He was around 7 points per, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. Well, fans of this team will take this kind of production from him without hesitation.
I tell you, he has been a solid contributor. They have called his number, and he has delivered for them.
Now, here's Beverly. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And throughout his career, Beverly has remained a pest, an aggressive defender that no one likes having him guard.
He's getting his first free throw attempt of the night right now.
And I look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
No good on the free throw. And the Thunder making a change here. Nader's checked in. Good on the second free throw. So it's the Thunder now. Hill with it. 7 points in the game. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Back to Horford. That shot no good. Good work defensively by Morris. Hill against Beverly. Outside, George. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Horford.
Boy, when you look at the numbers and the impact for Paul George, there is no question he's been in the MVP conversation. The outside shooting, the ability to attack the rim, and the force he is on the defensive end, just so impressive.
Throw good, Paul George. And Doris with George, and his offense last season might have been his best effort yet.
Yeah, Kevin, he had to take on more responsibility on the offensive end, and you could tell he has shot more and more threes. He gives his team a much-needed outside threat. You loved everything Paul George is able to give you.
And both free throws good for Paul George. And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again.
Really, really good at recognizing the gaps and getting the ball to the rim.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 7 on field goal attempts here in the second half. Inside, here's Leonard. And that one goes, feeding him with the lead pass.
Well, Kawhi Leonard starting to percolate, guys. You may want to start checking this guy.
Passes it to Ferguson. Here's Nader. He's covered by Leonard. Here's Horford. And it's the Clippers with the rebound.
Boy, against so little defensive pressure, you have to convert that.
Now Beverly. Pass to Leonard. 5 to shoot. George, that's a two-pointer. They get it back. And that one is good from Zubac. Zubac has got 9 points.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Guarded closely.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
We call that a great contest. You know this is something he brings to the table, the ability to anchor your defense.
Here's Ferguson. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. The pass to Horford. Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. That one falls. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 here in this quarter.
Al Horford is such a tremendous passer as a big man. Wow, does he get work done offensively.
Leonard draws the double. Outside, George. Pass to Beverly. Back to George. Ferguson with the rebound. For Oklahoma City, they've gone a somewhat subpar 4 of 10 on their shots in the second half so far. Again, Oklahoma City.
Pretty dime there, the kind of ball movement coaches love to see.
The Clippers have gotten 6 of their 12 shots to drop for him here in the second half so far. Passes it to Kennard. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. To the paint. And that one is stuffed right through.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 10. And he drops in the layup off the glass. He's got 12.
Well, he had trouble making shots in the first period, but rounding into himself here in the second.
Pass to Leonard. Outside, George. And then George with the jam.
Now, Paul George is an exceptional athlete and demonstrating his insane dunking skills there. Get this guy in the dunk competition.
Here's Ferguson. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Nader. He's covered by Leonard. Ferguson kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Leonard. Here's Horford. And he makes good on the layup. Horford's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That's what we call attacking the glass with aggression and power. Al Horford, the second chance opportunity.
With the floater, the offensive rebound. Zubac. Good work defensively by Horford. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Here's Hill. It's hauled in by the Clippers.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
And they should, because it's when you start turning down that kind of look that your offense can start to bog down a bit.
He kicks to Horford. It's back to Hill. Kawhi Leonard with the rebound. Leonard's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Good chance here for George. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist. Leonard's got 4 assists in the game. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Bounce pass from Gilgeous-Alexander. Horford, no luck. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, everybody's touching it, and you're starting to see the assists pile up because the rhythm is on display offensively.
And that one's good. Beverly.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
At the top of the key, Horford. It's back to Hill. Here's Ferguson. Gets to the corner and buries it. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. That shot off. The Thunder shooting around 44% in this third quarter. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 14.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Oh, Leonard in position. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Incredible wingspan, unbelievable hands. The alley-oop is easy.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got rebound number 15 here tonight. Now, here's George. He started close. Here's Kennard. He's got 9. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Horford's got his 6th rebound on the night. Ferguson, the pass to Hill. Horford with it. Shoots over Zubac. That one off the back iron and out. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a major 39-point lead here at the end of the quarter. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Well, that's what a great pass will do, right? You love the unselfish play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. The Clippers shooting it pretty well, close to 50%. And Oklahoma City, looking who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Ferguson out there with Randall, and it's Burton in at the 3 spot. Outside Jackson. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
And he knocks down the first one. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
Jackson hits both of them. Doris, in 2004, the Charlotte Bobcats became the NBA's 30th team. When do you think we're going to see another team added, whether it's an expansion or even multiple expansions?
Well, let's go directly to the most important source, and that's Commissioner Adam Silver, who has said that expansion is inevitable, but right now, not a huge priority. So, you know, listen, we've heard Seattle is on the short list of cities that wants to get a team, and what a great city, what a great NBA fan base. I hope someday we get back to Seattle.
So much history up there. You're correct. Pass to Zubac. Jackson down low. Randall on him. Jackson misses. Thunder shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Here's Burton. They shoot again. Got a piece of it.
Well, persistent defense on the part of Patrick Patterson. This guy anticipates the shot and says, no, sir.
Kennard kicks to Patterson. Passes to Zubac. On the wing, Jackson. Here's the 3. A three-pointer is right on target. Jackson's got 5 points now this quarter.
He's just stretching him out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this, Greg. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Here's Shamet. Game moves along. 2 minutes gone here in the fourth. In basketball, like many sports, you can call some kind of penalty on almost every play. So with that in mind, where do we draw that line?
I would say that most coaches and most players would say as long as there's consistency with officiating, they can adapt to the way the game is being called. As fans, as broadcasters, what we want to see the game remain free-flowing, fluid, pretty, the ability to move and cut and not be impeded in your progress. That's what I want to see.
And we see that most nights.
No doubt.
Here's Jackson. Ferguson with the rebound. For Oklahoma City, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Oklahoma City moving it around. Pass to Baisley. Here's Burton. 16 feet away. It's not going to go for him.
It almost looked like that spin left him a little dizzy. Didn't have a very steady hand there on the attempt.
Kennard, the pass to Zubats. Unloads from 9. Again, Los Angeles.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Baisley, and he makes the bucket, gets the whistle, and now a three-point play chance here for him.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
Kyle O'Quinn, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Morris comes in for Luke Kennard. Doris, isn't it interesting that we're seeing some teams with more three-point attempts than two-point attempts?
It's incredible, Kevin, that every year over the last decade you see more three-point attempts across all 30 NBA teams. And think about the Houston Rockets. In each of the last 2 years, the Rockets have actually taken more threes than twos. This is the evolution of the game. It is not going anywhere. There's 2 high-valued shots in the league. Restricted area twos, that means point-blank opportunities at the rim, and three-point shots, and everything else in between seems to be getting lost.
Now here's Jackson. Kicks to Morris. Two free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And the ability to stretch the floor from the power forward spot, Doris, becoming almost a requirement. That's worked out well for Marcus Morris.
Boy, when he comes into the league, Kevin, 2011, he was viewed as that classic tweener. That at one point was a negative level. The game has now shifted his direction because of his versatility.
Free throw good for Morris.
Marcus Morris has proven that he can be effective in any system in the NBA, understands his role as a stretch four.
And good on the second, so he makes them both. You and I were just talking about something Commissioner Silver said the other day about a proposed mid-season tournament. What do you think?
Well, I certainly think if they do move to a mid-season tournament, it's going to have real value for it to matter. To get the fans engaged, something has to be on the line. So, number one, you're going to have 2 goals. Instead of 1 championship, maybe you want to win that mid-season tournament too.
Here's Dort. A floater. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Boy, that's too easy to miss, but somehow he finds a way to do it.
Down low, Baisley lays it up off the glass. Baisley's got 5 points now this quarter.
This is what we call highly efficient play. Working off the screen, getting to the cup.
Jackson finds Morris. Good on the bucket.
This is where the focus and the confidence of Marcus Morris shows through. This guy's so good at keeping his eye on the target.
Now here's Randall. A step-back shot here. And it's O'Quinn with the rebound.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help him close this gap.
And it's Patterson finishing it off.
Well, he soars to the rim to finish off that alley-oop. Patterson playing way above the cylinder.
Here's Burton, covered by Morris. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Doris, here's something kind of interesting. There's been a lot of talk about moving the draft to after free agency. What would that look like?
Well, I think talent is always going to be at a premium. So I would think if there's a guy that's the absolute definitive #1 pick, he's going number one regardless of roster construction. But the reality is it might help those teams who maybe if they know who's on the roster, it might change the kind of draft selection they would make. So it's an interesting supposition. We'll see if the NBA moves in that direction.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Here's Shamet. And there's the pass to Patterson. Dishes it to Jackson. Five on the clock. Knocked away. Here's O'Quinn, and it's Baisley with the rebound. Baisley's got 4 rebounds in this game. Here's Dort. He's covered by Shamet. Pass to Nader. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's Randall. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
And it's Shamet missing. Oklahoma City shooting in the fourth quarter, not pretty, down around 29%. Here's Randall. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. Doris, we know historically the Celtics, the only franchise to ever have a 4-peat, 4 straight championships. Do you think at some point we're going to see another?
I'm not sure there can be in today's NBA, Kevin, and there are a number of different contributing factors. Number one, the salary cap implications that happen. Number two, look at the Golden State Warriors, who were well positioned for a 3-peat. And yet, as you know, luck plays a small part in an NBA championship. Luck relative to injuries. You see Klay Thompson and Kevin Durant both get lost in the midst of an NBA Finals. This is it's challenging enough to go back-to-back. Forget about 4-peat.
And so here is Oklahoma City. After the missed 3 from Reggie Jackson, clock at 2. Randall can't get that one to fall. LA has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the fourth. Inside, here's Patterson, and it's blocked. Here's Nader. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, hit a man in stride. That is a textbook delivery.
And here is Shamet. Patterson dishes to Jackson. Trying to get something going. It's good. Patterson's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, I think he's known as a pick-and-roll defender, but Patrick Patterson taking advantage on the offensive end. Good timing, good execution.
Here's Burton. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
And you're going to take as many of those high-percentage shots as you can get.
Shamet with it. O'Quinn in the post. Remember the time, Doris, when it was rare to see stars changing teams? Now we read about it every day.
No question, Kevin. Think back to my formative years watching the NBA as a fan. Larry Bird was a Boston Celtic. Magic Johnson was a Los Angeles Laker. The trend in today's NBA is that shorter player contracts, more player control over where they want to be. And the reality is this, Kevin, at some point, free agency entered the equation. It's appropriate, it's fair, they've earned the right to choose where they play.
Now here's Jackson. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. Here's George. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. Passes it to O'Quinn. Back to Jackson. And the wide open shot from Morris. No good with the triple.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Unselfishness can be infectious. Terrific teamwork.
1:30 left in the fourth quarter.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Clippers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget, and on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year. And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Kawhi Leonard.
I think his steals tell the story. This guy was a disruptive force, and I don't think you can underestimate how important it is for a team to have someone in that role.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Well, just terrific teamwork, GA. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
Here's Nader. Back to Randall. Shoots from 12. And too long on the shot. They're making this a runaway.
And the only question for me right now is just how big the lead will eventually become.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Shamet. Fires the three. They grab their own miss. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
What an impressive performance, to say the least. At this point, it looks insurmountable.
So the Clippers winning this one easily. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the side. Smitty, we have great athletes on the floor in this one. Shouldn't be any shortage of some highlight reel type play.
Yeah, this game, nobody will make my segment under the rim. Smitty's under the rim. Everything will be right above the rim tonight. I'm excited.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Hill. Then there's Andre Robertson. Then it's Mike Muscala. And it's Horford in at the 4 spot. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Excellent D there from George.
He is so good attacking the rim. It's rare to see him denied like that.
And it's Leonard. That time on an assist by George.
Kawhi has made a living of making and taking contested jumpers.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, I got a few minutes with Billy Donovan, and a lot of their focus is their strategy going up against Paul George, who is a threat from distance and at the rim. You can't take everything away, but surrendering long twos is probably the safest plan.
Thank you, David.
Can't fault the play call. Even though he couldn't convert, that's a good shot.
Outside Leonard lets it go from deep. And no good that time. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. To the paint, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Paul George grabs the miss.
3 straight misses to begin this contest and already starting to look frustrated.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. And off target as he starts the game 0 for 1. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And he lobs it up toward the rim. Stolen by Zubac. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. That one on Hill.
A really good second-round pick out of Arkansas. Beverly fits perfectly in that 3-and-D role. Boy, you talk about someone who's an absolute piranha on defense, and that is Patrick Beverly. Gives you no room to get comfortable and is a thorn in his assignment side.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Beverly. And Smitty with Beverly and his defense, it's not like he turns it on or off.
Nope, he's always going full speed on defense. It's been his calling card as a player for years now, and it's what he's made his name on in the NBA.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Thunder have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Robertson with it. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Hill has the open look. The Thunder with another miss.
Oh my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
And Leonard gets it to go.
I love the patience Beverly has developed with the ball in his hands. Terrific find.
Outside Hill. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander, and he can't bank that one in.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
Pass to Leonard. Score the basket. His 4th. He's only missed 1 of his 5 shots tonight.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
And it's Hill penetrating.
Yeah, easy call.
This is his first free throw of the game. Free throw missing.
George Hill, you know, he's one of the more versatile guards we have in the game. He can defend 1s or 2s, one of those players who could fit in on any team in the league.
And the second free throw, good. The entire offseason leading up to tonight, Steve, as a player, do you already know if your team has a chance to be special this early?
You know, Kevin, yeah, you do. And I think the teams that I've been on and teams that you see and saying we don't have a chance to win, you try to trick yourself. You're looking at management and ownership. Can we make a deal throughout this year to get us in contention? But you got to be realistic. You know the teams that you don't have a chance to win a championship.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's still scoreless so far in this one. 80 that time from Leonard.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
Beverly deciding where to go with it. To the middle, here's George, and George with the stuff.
He's been excellent
so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And how about that exhale there? Finally gets one to fall through 6 attempts.
Beverly against Hill. Outside, George. Back to Beverly. And the pass to Zubac. 4 on the clock. From deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now we'd like to take this moment to show you the teams that a year ago made a trademark of scoring points off turnovers. Second, the Thunder.
And they turned all those mistakes into points at the other end. That aggressive style really yielding big dividends.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He kicks to Muscala. And it's off from three-point range. And the call will be against George Hill. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Already his second foul. He's in danger of getting into serious foul trouble early in this game.
Avery Bradley, he's checked in for George Hill. And Beverly kicks to Morris. Back to Beverly. Just 3 to shoot. And here's Morris for 3. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. It's an 8-point differential. Now here's Robertson. Defense is right there. Bradley finds Robertson at the top of the key. Horford. Back to Robertson. Shoots over Leonard. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over.
And checking out the stats for Beverly. Last season's performance for him. He put up about 7 points a game, 5 rebounds, and 4 assists. He's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
He's not trying to take over necessarily. He's just taking what the defense allows and contributing to the cause.
And stolen by Robertson. At 6. Outside Bradley with the shot. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Beautiful execution, the rhythm, the timing, and Avery's a good finisher off the catch.
Beverly, the pass to Leonard. Morris outside to end the cold streak. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Back to Gilgeous-Alexander. Good work defensively by Morris.
It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Leonard, the pass to Morris. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Leonard with the steal. And now the Clippers on the break. The 3. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
Building up a big early lead. They have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
Now, here is Muscala. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Gilgeous-Alexander finds Robertson on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. Empty that time from Leonard.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
And for the Thunder, one of the assistant coaches leaving this past summer. Greg, how much of a concern is that for head coach Billy Donovan?
Possibly a sign that Donovan could be on the hot seat in OKC. I mean, 3 consecutive first-round exits. Donovan on the final year of his deal. The clock is definitely ticking.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
Now a chance to see the numbers for George. Great showing for him last season. First in steals. And of course, one of the game's truly elite scorers with the second most points per game in the league.
And as you said, first in steals last season. You have to say he's the best ball hawk in the league right now. It may not even be close. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Kawhi Leonard unable to get his shot to go. Robertson with it. Leonard's there. Robertson can't hit.
I don't know how many misses that is in a row, but I know it's ugly.
And it's George missing.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
And it's Gilgeous-Alexander in the corner. No good on that one. The Clippers go the other way with it.
He has gone ice cold this quarter, obviously not helping their cause.
Bradley against Williams. One up, one down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Shifty with the dribble. Lou Williams knows what to do to get his shot off.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Muscala. Now Robertson. Zubac's defending. And here's Robertson. No points in the game yet for him. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
At some point, when you recognize someone's this out of rhythm, you have to shift to something else.
Thunder trailing by 14. Gilgeous-Alexander surveying the D. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Marcus Morris picks one up there.
And looking at Shea's game, there is a shiftiness to it. Keeps defenders off balance.
Oklahoma City shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game. The first one falls.
And for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, his size at the point guard spot is a huge bonus for him. Allows him to switch onto most other players on defense when dealing with picks.
Second free throw, no good. And one of the reasons they targeted Gilgeous-Alexander was because of his size.
Big guards aren't easy to find, Kevin, and they help coaches' defensive scheme. Every team looks to get a switch into a bad defensive matchup. If your PG isn't an option, the offense has to work that much harder.
Here's Bradley. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot.
Making good choices in the pick and roll game, another area of Bradley's development.
Leonard looking over the floor. It's rebounded by Robertson.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Here's Bradley shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. That's on Lou Williams.
Yeah, watching Bradley, not sure exactly how to describe it. There's a quiet burst to the way he moves.
Hey, Greg, when you evaluate Avery Bradley, the offense isn't what it once was, but the defense is certainly still there.
Yeah, Bradley has struggled with the scoring in recent years, but defense, that does not go cold. Still a menace to ball handlers, and his reach and length can suffocate perimeter players.
First free throw is good. And the last few years, not what we're used to seeing from Avery Bradley on offense.
You're right. His percentages are lower. Overall points are down. It just hasn't been easy for him moving around a lot. You want him for his defense, but you just hope the scoring can pick up.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Here you have the consummate pro. Rare to see Avery Bradley complain or give anything less than 100%.
Here's Leonard. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Leonard's got 14 points for the game.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Williams against Bradley. Williams comes with a double team. Back to Robertson. From outside the arc. It's hauled in by George. George has got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Leonard missing. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. Clippers ahead. They lead by 13. We'll be back shortly live from Staples Center in downtown. The game is evolving, and Al Horford has changed his game along with it.
It never occurred to me that I'd be shooting threes at this rate and doing some of the things that I'm doing, but it's just the way that the game has evolved.
And give Horford credit. He adjusted with the times. He didn't stay set, Greg, in his ways.
Yeah, he was always a great mid-range shooter, and he's proven to be a legitimate threat from deep.
And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. Guys, we've seen a confident-looking Clippers team out there.
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Thunder 5 right now. Horford is out there with Muscala. Then there's Bradley, and it's Ferguson in at the 2 guard. Here's Bradley. Kawhi Leonard making his last shot. Kept alive. Tries again. Horford, no luck.
No one to blame on that one but himself. You get looks like that, you've got to take advantage.
Kennard kicks to Williams. Pass to Leonard. Shoots over Bradley. And Leonard gets it to go on the assist by Williams. 18 points for Kawhi Leonard.
We love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
I'm impressed with their intensity tonight. They came in focused and they've executed.
Now here's Bradley. A 24-point outing in their last game against Utah. Horford against Williams. Again, the miss by Horford.
Trying to take advantage of soft defense. He might have gotten over-eager.
Here's Kennard. Outside Williams. three-point range. Ferguson with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
You know, we're seeing players move further and further back to create space, but that does make it a tougher shot.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Hill's checked in. Passes to Kennard. Back to Williams. Here's Kennard. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Here's Zubac. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Clippers lead by 15.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
It's back to Hill. Shot clock at 6. And it's sent back by Leonard.
Yeah, that shot gets jacked. Great anticipation by the ball.
Count that one.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
A two-time Defensive Player of the Year, Kawhi Leonard last season averaged 27 points a game. That's what you call a two-way player.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And Leonard no good on that one. And a career high in scoring last season for the great Kawhi Leonard.
Kevin, he maintained his elite efficiency. Kawhi Leonard's growth as a scorer has been remarkable over the course of his career.
And if you look at this first half, overall, they've just had the better shot selection.
What they have done is ran their plays all the way through until they get something they like.
Now here is Horford. Nader the pass to Muscala. Clock at 4. Ferguson for 3. Rebound by the Clippers. Zubac has got 5 rebounds tonight. Nobody near Leonard. And the rebound goes to the Thunder.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yes, let's look on the bright side. You got a great look. It's a play that you might want to go back to again.
Here's Nader. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. They need this. The shot, no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Nobody near Jordan. Here's Leonard. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
I mean, those huge hands of Kawhi Leonard give him great control of the ball. Very sparing with his turnovers.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
And for Kawhi, he never seems like he's forcing the issue offensively.
I mean, he has studied the post games of Michael Jordan, and being able to score at all 3 levels has made the game easy. With his strength and his turnaround jumper, he can get his shot off with ease.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
You know, he's been a one-man wrecking crew down low. His consistent scoring has dictated the pace of this game. We'll see if they decide to front him, bring a quick double, or maybe even both to try to slow him down.
Now, here is Muscala. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Here's Nader. And just miss after miss right now.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
You know what? This has always been a debate. Do you take the timeout, or do you let your guys try to fight through it?
And the dunk by Zubac.
Kawhi has all the physical gifts, and the one thing I love, he really can pass.
Leonard against Hill, out to the right wing. The pass to Horford. That shot is off, and the Clippers will come the other way. Kennard, the pass to Williams. Now here's Leonard. They get the rebound, and the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Steve, I know you like this, that the three-point shot is having such an effect on the league, actually transforming the NBA. Are you surprised how fast all this is happening?
I am. I'm surprised that so many teams are adopting this transformation of shooting a three ball, because there's some teams and there's some players, I know they shoot it, Kevin, but they shoot it at such a low percentage. If you have the guys that can shoot it, you should adopt it. If not, you got to find another way of winning ball games. There's nothing wrong with having a great mid-range team that can knock down mid-range jumpers.
Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Kawhi Leonard. Now the Clippers with it. Really controlling it now with an 18-2 run here. Chalk up 2 there.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Now here is Hill. To Muscala. Here's Ferguson. Pass to Nader. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Zubac. Zubac has got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. George. And George with the stop.
And they're getting points. They're getting stops. And this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Yes, when it's going good, it feels easy. These are the nights you relish, but they're tough to replicate.
Horford, good.
A remarkable interior presence. Horford's a veteran who still has those polished post moves.
Passes it to Patterson. Williams looking over the floor. Takes a shot at the elbow, and again the Clippers good for 2.
Well, he can hit the 3, he can drive it. Now you see what Williams can do from the mid-range.
The pass to Horford. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And Muscala kicks to Horford. And there it is for him. Horford's got 6 points in the quarter.
And I like the fact that he really was unfazed by that scoreless first quarter. And now you can see him getting into a rhythm.
Here's George, and George with the stop.
Yeah, you see the athleticism George had on that dunk. It's so quick and explosive. Gets to the rim in an instant.
Now here is Hill. Softly drops in the floater.
Man, I'll tell you, when you get your floater game going, it's a tremendous weapon.
Williams against Hill. Outside, George. His three-pointer is off the mark.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
It's hauled in by Zubac.
Yeah, you won't see him miss many dunks unless you've got somebody right in his face, as was the case there on that possession. How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Here's Ferguson following the score by Lou Williams. Here's Nader. Patterson defending. Here's Nader. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. George with the defensive effort. Kennard, the pass to Zubac. Here's Kennard. Back to George. Out to the right wing, to the inside. And it's in there. Kennard's got his second bucket of the night.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Hill looking it over. Dishes to Muscala. It's hauled in by Paul George. George has got his 8th rebound here tonight. Here's Patterson. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 7th assist here tonight.
Nice pass there to set that basket up.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half. Outside Hill. And again, Oklahoma City, no good.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
Pass to Zubac. Back to Williams. Outside, George. Second chance shot, and the layup is good. George has got 6 here in this quarter.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
Here's Nader. He's guarded by Williams. Here's Nader. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And he comes up with the deuce.
Hitting only 1 of 5 this quarter. He's in a little bit of a slump, but it looks like he's trying to shoot his way out of it.
Now, here is George. He's tightly guarded. Pass to Zubac. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the first half. Horford trying to free himself up. And the basket by Hill. Hill's got 5.
Hill showing some deceptive strength in his wiry frame.
Hill against Williams. There's the 3, but they recover it. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He's at the quarter-century mark, 25 points for him in this game, as they have looked to him over and over to make things happen. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much. Lou, in the first half, your offense was clicking. What was the difference getting off to a hot start?
I think we play with a lot of energy, the ball swinging around. They're using a lot of help side defense. We're just taking advantage of it.
And really breaking them down. Thanks, Lou. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 25 points, 2 assists, and 1 block. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
In terms of their offensive performance, that was a very well-played half of basketball. Good ball movement off the ball, hard screens being set, and they found the guy for the open look. That's how they were able to shoot such a tremendous percentage from the field. With that fluid, efficient offense, they'll be tough to catch in the second half.
And now, Shaq, let's get your opinion on Oklahoma City.
Well, they got to do a better job on the glass. Ernie, they got outworked. They were weak physically. That's part of how they fell behind in this game. I think if they can control those things, they'll be okay, Ernie.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half, about to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, One side trying to protect their lead. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
And it's not like everything's been at the rim. There's been a number of jump shots along the way.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Morris. Then it's Patrick Beverley. And it's George in at the 2-guard spot. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Clippers. Now, here's Robertson. No points in the game yet for him. Fires from deep. And it's the Clippers with the rebound. George has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Leonard. Thunder with the rebound. Robertson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Kicks it to Hill. Passes it to Muscala. Pulls up. That one a little long. The Clippers shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Beverley against Horford. And it's sent back by Hill.
Hill can catch you unaware with his reach. Terrific defensive play. That was the first make of the half. 1 for 4 now. Let's see if that gets them going.
The pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Down low. Up top, Robertson. He's covered by Leonard. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go.
Ooh, they've come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
Yeah, just aggressive there. Instead of going to one of his patented shots inside, Morris just simply rises up to be free.
Hill finds Gilgeous-Alexander. Over Beverley. Gilgeous-Alexander, good. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 5 points so far.
Talented, driven. He puts constant pressure on your defense.
Outside Leonard. Pass to Beverley. And it's sent back by Hill. Pass to Horford. Launches it. Good on the triple. He's got 9.
Nice dime to the open man. George Hill, more of a combo guard, making things happen right there.
Hill against Beverley. Passes it to Zubac. He kicks it to Morris. Now the pass to Beverley. Fires the 3. No good. And it's Oklahoma City the other way. And after this one, they're home against Minnesota. That game is the first and last of their homestand. Pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. Now here is Horford. A 3-pointer off the mark.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
You have to give it up for Kawhi right now. He is wearing out the defense.
Now here is Horford. 9 points in the game so far. Now Robertson. The dish to Horford. Horford missing again. And here's Beverley. He brings it up for Los Angeles. Since halftime, they've only allowed 5 points. Oklahoma City has gone 1 of 4 in 3-point shots here in the third. Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Horford. Pass to Robertson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Here's Hill. And he uses the glass on the layup. Hill's got 7 points in the game.
George Hill saw the opportunity, got right to the cup.
For Los Angeles, they've gone a lackluster 3 of 9 from the field since halftime. Knocked loose, out of bounds. Oklahoma City takes possession.
And checking out the numbers for Gilgeous-Alexander, how he performed last season. Last season, he averaged 11 points a game, 3 assists and 3 rebounds. And for him, it's all about getting better each time he takes the floor.
Also, he needs to avoid distractions on the court and off the court. Just focus on the job at hand.
Now, here's Robertson. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Horford, no luck.
Oh, I don't believe that. He's better than that. Come on.
Unloads from 13, and it's Leonard missing. Oklahoma City shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Hill finds Horford. And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. And he makes that one. He's got 7. Here's Beverly. The teardrop falls in.
A shot that Beverly's developed. Once you have the floater, you don't always have to get to the rim.
Hill against Beverly. There's the pass to Gilgeous-Alexander. And the layup's good off the glass. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 here in this quarter. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Leonard inside, defended by Robertson. Zubac, rebound by Muscala.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
And you know, we always talk about this. Just changing the shot can be just as effective as blocking it, even though it's less spectacular.
The Thunder shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
At the line for 2. Shooting 2.
And the first one at the line is good. Well, we see a lot of big men creating offense, Smitty. Who's on your list for perhaps the best outlet passer in the game right now?
Let's start off. I would say Kevin Love is one of those guys who still is, I think, the best outlet passer as a big. Jokic, also Blake Griffin, some of those guys can really pass. DeMarcus Cousins, those are some of the bigs that have great outlet passes.
These guys have had some good motion on offense. Nice assisting.
And when everyone's involved offensively, it has a way of helping you on the defensive side as well.
A second chance effort. Horford with the rebound. Horford's got his 4th rebound in this one. Rejected. Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Defended by Beverly. Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Robertson. To the paint. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Steve, revenue's climbing. We're seeing some star players make $40+ million a year. Top coaches making around $10 million a year. My goodness. Do you think coaches are due for a raise, though, Steve?
You know, I think all parties involved, the numbers will keep going up, Kevin. The franchise values are going up to over $1 billion. So I think coaches will get a raise, players will get a raise, and the guys that are playing at a high level, especially for coaches, if they're winning, their numbers will go up.
And the first one drops. So Horford gets 2.
Wow, they've made every free throw here in the second half.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, last season the G League tested out an expansion of the clear path rule. Now that expansion is making its way to the NBA. It should discourage those intentional fouls that slow up teams on the fast break. Fans wanted it, and analysts clamored for it. That will allow the amazing athletes in this league more opportunities to show what they can do on the fast break.
You're right, David. A welcome change. Thank you. Now Bradley After the missed three from Reggie Jackson and the dunk by Robertson.
And looking a lot better now, but still a long way to go to get back into this one.
Very nice stretch from them, but the reason why they're not into this game, they have to get some stops.
Now here's Beverly. He has 6. Passes to Leonard. Just 5 to shoot. They need this one, and the jumper falls for him. Leonard's got 29 in the game.
If you can't get Leonard a look inside, this is the next best thing. Terrific touch from mid-range.
Bradley with the ball. 10 points for him. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Jackson has the open look. Fires the jumper from the corner and nails it.
Nice play. Usually Reggie prefers to initiate, but this time gets it done off the catch.
Gilgeous-Alexander kicks to Bradley. Not going to go that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson. And it's Jackson with the ball, bringing it up for the Clippers. Bradley with some nice D.
Great defensive effort, just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Now here's Leonard. Following the miss by Avery Bradley. Now here's Leonard. He's got 29 points. Morris outside over Robertson. Morris no good. Oklahoma City's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. And here's Robertson to the middle. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
The Thunder have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
Only 71% from the line last season, and rest assured they're hoping to bring those numbers up this year.
Shooting 2.
That one is off. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Nader's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
And not a single free throw attempt in that first half, but he has been far more active since the break and drawn some fouls.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Leonard. Over Robertson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. Well, Steve, it's expected that we'll eventually allow 18-year-olds to enter the NBA draft. You're a proud Michigan State alum. Are you concerned players may miss something by choosing to skip the college experience?
You know, Kevin, in this situation, for sure, there's some players that I would say is going to make some mistakes and maybe come out too early and not be ready. But I think we have to allow them to have these decisions and not have these decisions taken away from them. I love college, but there are some guys that are just ready to go play in the NBA, just like other areas of life. When you're ready, you're ready.
Both free throws good from Kawhi Leonard.
Kawhi was drafted 15th overall in 2011. If they had a redraft, I wonder what number he would go down.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 9, and the shot goes down.
He got a little fancy with the fadeaway on that one.
Inside, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And boy, Kawhi is the perfect target. The big reach to get to the pass and the great hands on the catch.
Pass to Robertson. Here's Nader. Here's Horford. Great touch on the 16-footer. Horford's got 8 here in the quarter.
Stretches the floor nicely for a big, versatile. Horford's become a perennial all-star.
1:22 left in the third quarter. Beverly the pass to Jackson. From deep. Knocks down the 3-ball. Jackson's got his second basket of the night.
You know, a little inconsistent from deep when he first entered the league. Jackson now an emerging three-point threat.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Sweet little floater.
Taking things into his own hands this quarter, trying to keep his team afloat.
Jackson deciding where to go with it. Here's Leonard. And it's the Clippers scoring again.
Man, he has been locked in this quarter, shouldering the load at the offensive end.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander, defended by Beverly. Now, Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's off the back rim, no good. 3 seconds separate the shot clock and game clock. And it's Beverly missing.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him. But luckily, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 13. From deep. And no good on the last second attempt this time. Kawhi Leonard has been on display for the LA Clippers. He's approaching 40 points for him in the game. He's scoring in just about every way possible. And we'll be right back after this. And 1 quarter to go in a game that to this point has not been an evenly fought contest. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Clippers. So for Oklahoma City right now, Randall out there with Ferguson, and it's Burton in at the 3, the small forward. Shamet with it, out defended by Randall. Back to Patterson. Shot clock at 5. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. You know, Smitty, Commissioner Adam Silver has been outspoken in saying there will be a female NBA head coach, and he says it's on him to help it happen sooner than later. And, Steve, we already see many women in various categories in the NBA all over the league right now.
So true, Kevin. I love the diversity, and it's much needed in our league. And I would say Adam Silver has done a great job of taking us in that direction.
That free throw good from Patterson.
Patrick Patterson with his great shooting stroke, always looking comfortable at the free throw line.